Station online.
Yeah.
Time Radio.
That's us.
Cause we play
this.
And welcome to the World Uncovered Talk Show on Time Radio TV. It's exactly 4 o'clock here in our studios, here in the Greater Accra region, as celebratory precisely. And the program coming your way is the Timeline, the World Uncovered Talk Show. And I am your host, Nana Bonsu. Don't forget we are streaming live on Facebook, Time TV _radio, and there you are watching us live. Don't forget to share and also comment and subscribe. So just as we do it, we take the motivation. After the motivation, we introduce the topic for the day, and we all join to contribute. So So what you can do for me right now is to pick your phone, call somebody, let somebody also call somebody, and let us spread the good news that the World Uncovered Talk Show is ongoing right now on Time Radio TV. Please, let's go to Facebook right now and copy the link and share in our various groups. This is a youth platform. Everything we do on the World Uncovered Talk Show is about the youth. So on the motivation today, it goes, all dreams are within reach. All you need or all you have to do is to keep moving towards them. All dreams are within reach. All you have to do is to keep moving towards them. And don't forget, you can also join me on my personal TikTok account, Nana Bonsu. Bismarck, thanks for joining. Pretty Rush, thanks for joining. Abenapuma, thanks for joining. So as the motivation goes, all dreams are within reach. All you have to do is keep moving towards them. This is from Viola Davis. So as young entrepreneurs, I believe each and every one of us have a goal or a dream in life. We have a plan. You want to achieve something in life, and that is your dream. You want to reach an expectation in life, and that is your dream. But the question we should ask ourselves is, how do we fulfill this dream, or how do we make this dream comes to pass? That is what we should be thinking of. Now, one thing I got to know, that for us to be able to work towards our dreams, then we have to have a clear plan. It is that plan that is going to help you to be able to achieve your dreams in life. That is why today on the motivation, all I want to tell you, or I want to remind you of, is yes, we all have dreams. We all have goals. We all have an ambition that we want to achieve in life. But one way you can be able to achieve that is to have a clear plan. When you have a clear plan, you will be able to work towards it in achieving your dreams. So the next thing you also have to do is to keep moving towards your dreams. Keep moving towards your dreams. Don't ever sit down expecting the dreams to work automatically. No, it doesn't work that way. All you need to do is that when you have a dream, put down your plans. Your plans and your vision should be clear on what you want to achieve. And in so doing, don't forget to keep moving towards the dream. Moving towards a dream simply means working towards it. Putting necessary things in place that will help you achieve that dream. If it is about studying, researching, research more about your vision, your dream. There is nothing under this sun that people have not gone through before. The business you want to start, someone has started it. What you want to become, someone has become. And he has written a book about it. So all you need to do is to read more on that book. Read more. And when you read, research more on it. And in so doing, you will realize that you have started your journey in achieving your dream. That is a fact. You will get to realize that you are working towards achieving your dream. Dreams are like horse. Dreams are like horse. If you don't work towards it, it doesn't work automatically. The moment you have a dream, it means you have released a horse, or you have released a butterfly, or even a dove. And let me ask you, when you release a dove, what do you expect it to do? It started running. That is one thing we should know. When you release a dose, it started running. And when it started running, what do you have to do? You have to run after it. You have to chase after it until you are able to catch it. So is dream. So is dream. When you have a dream, you should be able to work towards the dream. And that working towards simply means you steady, you stay focused, you ignore every outside interferences. Whatever that may be tempting or prompting you from the outside, you have to ignore all of them and make sure that you stand glued to your dream and your visions in life. That is how dreams and goals work. So this afternoon, let it be at the back of your mind that we all have dreams and we all have goals. But for us to be able to achieve that dream and a goal, then we should be able to work towards it. We should be able to work towards it by making the vision plan so clear to the extent that we can be able to achieve that dream. So that is all the motivation for today on the World Uncovered Talk Show. Quickly moving from there, the topic we will be looking at today, is the CD appreciation. The CD appreciation benefits on business and how to seize the chance to start your own business. In a school of thought, people are always eager to get rich, but it is only few that wake up to work towards that dream. Everybody wants to get rich, but it is few that are ready to go to the extra miles, to go to the extent of working towards that dream. We all have dreams in life, as I already said. Now, it might be a business, and today in the world market, one thing that work towards business sustainability or business growth is the exchange rate. So you could say that every businessman or woman is always eager to know how the exchange rate is going in his or her country, so that he will be able to work towards it and seize some opportunities to make profit. So quickly today, before we move on to the topic, I want us to look at the exchange rate today in Ghana, the 12th of May 2025. Now, the cedi trade at 13.10% to a dollar on the interbank market. Now, looking at speculations, by tomorrow, if things work out well, the cedi should be dropping to 11 cedis with some small pesos on it. If things work out well, tomorrow as at 8:10 or 8:20, 8:30, roughly by 8:30 a.m., the cedi should be dropping to 11 cedis. Now, let's look at it today. Ghana local currency, the cedi, has recorded marginal gain against the major trading currencies, particularly the US dollar, at some forex bureaus, as we all know, which I've said this morning too. Now, in the at the central bank, the cedi is trading at a buying price of 13 Ghana cedis, 0.9 pesos, and selling price of 13 Ghana cedis, 10 pesos to a dollar. That is the cedi now. Now remember, we are talking of the cedi appreciation, the benefits it's going to have on businesses, and how as young entrepreneurs, how as upcoming business youths, businessmen, businesswomen, young entrepreneurs, we can be able to seize the opportunity and utilize it to our benefits. I'm always business minded because I want to make money. And this world, it is money that controls everything. Someone may tell you that integrity doesn't control anything. I want to refute that. Integrity has nothing to do with when it comes to money or when it comes to morality. Morality is where people, after making all the money through whatever ways and means they have to make it, they make much money, excess money, abundant money, money without measure. Then they now sit down to define their own morality, their own way, and integrity their own way. And that is a business person. A business person sits down, focus on how he'll be able to achieve more in life. And in doing so, when he's able to achieve more than excess, then he will now sit down to define morality of business his own way, integrity in business or of business his own way. So we are looking at the cedi appreciation, how the cedi is now trading proportionally with major or marginally gain against major trading currencies, particularly the US dollars. Today, as I already said, the cedi is selling at 13 Ghana cedis. If things work out well by tomorrow, the cedi should be working at as low as 11 Ghana cedis. That is if things work out well. So 13 cedis buying price, selling price is 13 cedis 10 pesos. Now the Great British Pound is being bought at 17 Ghana cedis 42 pesos and sold at 17 Ghana cedis 44 pesos. That is the Great British Pound. Where the euro is now being bought at a price of 14 Ghana cedis 74 pesos and selling at a price of 14 Ghana cedis 75 pesos. Now that is the central bank. Now when we come to the forex bureaus, the cedi is now selling or trading at 13 Ghana cedis 65 pesos. That is as at 8:20 a.m. this morning. The cedi is trading at 13 Ghana cedis 65 pesos, whilst the pound is trading at 18 Ghana cedis 50 pesos, and the euro is trading at 15 Ghana cedis 80 pesos. Now, what does it mean to businesses? What does it mean to businesses? This means a better ground of making more money, a better ground for businesses to thrive. And I am here on record telling you that this 4 years to come, if you as a young entrepreneur or you as a youth, you are not able to make any meaningful business, then after the 4 years, it is going to be a serious struggle. If unfortunately the current administration doesn't win again, it is going to be a very serious ground. So this is the time for every young person to be able to think through the system and be able to start business. We are talking about the cedi appreciation benefits it's going to have on businesses, and how as we young entrepreneurs or people who want to start business can seize the opportunity this time around and start doing something. If you are into clothing, if you are into export or import of both import and export, please, this is the time to intensify and enlarge your capacity to be able to do more business, to make more profit. And that is the fact. Now, This is how the cedi is trading against the US dollar. Marginally. It has gotten marginally gain. Now, as I asked, what does it mean to businesses? The benefit for businesses, one, cheaper imports. This is the time we are going to experience cheaper imports. So a strong cedi makes import cheaper. That is one thing we should know. That when the cedi becomes strong, it makes imports very cheaper, reducing cost for businesses that rely purposely on imported goods or raw materials. So if you are someone, you are thinking of investing into import or export of goods, you want to import in raw materials, refurnish it, and then export, this is the right time. This is the right time to strike as a business person. So we said when the cedi appreciates, one, there will be cheaper import because a strong cedi makes imports cheaper, reducing cost for businesses that rely on imported goods and raw materials. If you have just tuned in, you are live on Time Radio TV, and the program coming your way is the World Uncovered Talk Show with me, your host, Nana Bonsu. And we are looking at the cedi appreciation, benefits on businesses, and how to be able to seize the opportunity as young entrepreneurs to be able to start your own business or do business as we speak now. Quickly, let me take you to X. Let me take you to X, where we just got in a post from the Bank of Ghana, and this is the daily exchange. As at Monday, 12 May 2025, the US dollar is buying, as I said, 13 Ghana cedis, 0.9 pesos, and then selling at 13 Ghana cedis, 10 pesos. The British pound is 17 Ghana cedis, 42 pesos, and then 17 Ghana cedis, 44 pesos. Now the euro goes for 14 Ghana cedis, 74 pesos, and then 14 cedis, 75 pesos. The average interbank rate used by commercial banks for transaction at the close of business, which is Friday 9th, 2025. Now, this is how it is definitely going to be. And as I said, this is a good ground for businesses to flourish. This is a good ground for businesses to flourish. Two, it increases purchasing power. It increases purchasing power. One thing we should know is that when the cedi becomes strong, purchasing begins to have domination over the system. Consumers may have more disposable income to spend on goods and services, potentially increasing demands. So when the cedi becomes so strong, what we expect as businessmen or young entrepreneurs is that consumers, people who buy from us, will have more incomes. They will have more disposable income to spend. That means they will begin to earn more. And the more they earn, the more they will spend on goods and services, potentially increasing demand. So this is the time for you to strike through and see what business can I start. Can I venture into food business? Can I venture into import? Can I venture into beverages? Can I venture into clothing? What business can I start so that I'll be able to make more profit? So when consumers or people who buy from you get more money, they are being paid well. The cost of living becomes so standard and normal for the ordinary citizen to endure. You will see that people will have more demand for goods. People will buy more clothes. People will buy more shoes. People will buy more necklace. People will buy more, you see, jewelries, groceries. People will buy more. So there will be more demand. So anytime the city appreciates, it is a good ground for we, the young entrepreneurs, or we, the youth out there, to seize the opportunity to start doing something, to start making profit out of it. So by the time the water started getting hot, you have got your solid ground, and you can be able to adjust to the system. The next thing it's also, or the next benefit it's also going to have on businesses is it reduces inflation. When a strong city make inflation decrease, a stronger city can help reduce inflation by making imports cheaper and reducing the cost of living. So you see, this is the time things are going to be very cheap. But unfortunately, on the news today, when Guta called on businesses to adjust their prices to match so that people will feel the appreciation of the city, most people are not willing to do that. Most people are not willing to do that, especially the drivers and then the spare part dealers. But this is the time for you as a young entrepreneur to see which business or which product is in demand now. Then you gather money and invest into it. Now, food and then non-food inflation has become so very moderate for the ordinary person to be able to afford. And that is one thing about the city appreciation. Now, another opportunity, as I said, you can seize is to see whether the kind of business you can do as at this time that the city is appreciating. You can start a retail business. A retail business. And when I said retail business, you know, we have businesses that sell in wholesale. So you go to the shops, you go to counter, you go to places where they sell on a very low or moderate price. Then you will now come now and then you look at the price, adjust it so that you can also benefit from it. So in situations like this, when city begins to go like appreciate, gain more strength or more ground, where the best business to do is to start a retail businesses. Open a retail businesses that sells imported goods or take advantage of increased consumer purchasing power. And as I said, some of these businesses are these beverage businesses, some of these vegetable businesses, some of these grains businesses like clothing and others. Okay, so you venture into such businesses. This is what will help you to be able to achieve more profit when it comes to the city appreciation. You are live on Time Radio TV, and the program coming your way is the World Uncovered Talk Show. I will be back shortly. if you have just tuned in, you are live on Time Radio TV, and the program coming your way is the World Uncovered Talk Show. Don't forget, we are streaming live on Facebook, Time TV _radio. You can also join me on my personal TikTok account, Nana Bonsu. And then the topic we are looking at is the city appreciation benefits it's good to have on businesses and how to seize the chance to start your own business. So the first chance to seize, as I already said, is you should be able to start a retail business. Businesses that you can start when the city begins to appreciate is retail businesses. So you take advantage of increased consumer purchasing power. So you look into the system and see what exactly do people buy more when there is money, or when the city begins to appreciate, to gain more resilience against the dollar. What goods people love much to buy, then you start that. The next thing to do is to conduct market research. For you to be able to do a very good retail business, you have to conduct market research. Understand the target market and their needs. So you don't just stand up and then say, okay, I'm venturing into retail business. Okay, I'm going to sell second-hand clothes, or I'm going to sell second-hand shoes, or I'm going to sell beverages, or I'm going to sell food, fast food at the roadside. I'm going to start a fast food joint. I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. No. When you have the plan, you must also conduct market research. Get to the market, verify what goods are there that people need most. What is the market or the target market? You have to understand the target market and their needs. You see, you have to understand all these things before you will be able to start a business. You must also develop a business plan. You must have a business plan, create strategic plan and financial projections. At this very time that the city is appreciating, when you want to start business, you must develop a good strategic business plan. Research more and build a strategic business plan, and your financial projection, your financial investment or involvement into the business. You should be able to develop all this, work towards it, work around it. Are you capable? Is it going to work? Check the advantage and the disadvantage. Be able to work towards it. Put a strong strategic plan. I mean a strong strategic plan that will drive you to the end result of the business you want to start. For you to be able to make more profit. And the next thing to do is, the moment the city begins to appreciate, you should also be able to secure fundings. You have to look for ways and means to secure fundings for your business. At this very time that the city begins to appreciate, the loan interest rate will begin to drop. So you have to secure a funding. You have to look for banks that offered moderate loans on a long term, then, or grants to support your business. Look for loans or grants to support your business, to be able to match with the target market. And also build a strong team. Build a strong team. Don't just say I'm starting a business and that ends it. No. You should be able to employ a team of professionals to help run your business. Be ready to employ a team of professionals that will help run your business for you. You don't just leave the business anyhow and expect it to grow. No. You should be able to employ people that have the know-how to be able to help run the business for you. Now, let us also look at some of the challenges when the city begins to appreciate. One, export competitiveness. We should be expecting export competitiveness. A stronger city can make Ghanaian exports more expensive, potentially reducing demand and impacting exporters. Inflation control. The Bank of Ghana may need to manage inflation pressure arising from the cedi appreciation. And then the economic stability. The cedi appreciation can impact economic stability, particularly if not managed properly. That is where we need the technically know-how people to come through to be able to manage the economy, and then the cedi, the economy stability, particularly in every business. Now, let's look at some business strategies. We have diversification. Businesses can diversify their product, service, or market to mitigate risk associated with exchange rate fluctuations, as I said. And then let us see how government can also support in this cedi appreciation to be able to work things out and make sure that businesses thrive. One, monetary policies. Government must support monetary policies. The Bank of Ghana can implement monetary policies to manage inflation and maintain economic stability. So this is where the Bank of Ghana needs to come in and make sure that they work things out to be able to sustain, to maintain the economic stability. And then we should also be looking at fiscal policies. Once the cedi is gaining more appreciation, the government can implement fiscal policies to support businesses such as tax incentives or subsidies. There should be subsidies to be able to help businesses to thrive, and there should be tax waiving to be able to help businesses to thrive in the country in the moment as the cedi is appreciating more in the country. And we should be able to look to infrastructure development, investing in infrastructure. So these are some of the things you can invest in. Infrastructure can also support businesses and attract investment. So one thing we should know is that the cedi appreciation presents both opportunity and challenges for businesses and entrepreneurs in Ghana by understanding the implications and developing strategies to mitigate risk and capitalize on opportunities. Business can thrive in this environment. Businesses can thrive in this environment. Now, to further explore business opportunities in Ghana, considering the recent cedi appreciation or appreciation of the cedi, there are some potential areas to consider, which I kept on hammering on, which is the import-export ventures. With the cedi strengthening, importing goods from other countries could become more cost-effective, allowing businesses to capitalize on exchange rates. The next thing is the local manufacturing. Those into local manufacturing, or those who want to venture into local manufacturing, will also be growing Ghana's economy, and youthful workforce makes it an attractive location for processing or pharmaceuticals. like processing, manufacturing, particularly in the sector like the textile, food, processing, and then all the pharmaceutical. So these are some of the areas when the city appreciates there will be more manufacturing in these places, and this will even give jobs to the youths out there to be able to secure and do. And also business or service-based businesses. Service-based businesses. You can do service-based businesses. The country's stable political environment and growing economy create opportunity for service-based businesses such as financial services and logistics or tourism to be able to thrive. So you see, we can do more on that. You can do more on that. You can enter to become a tourist guide where you'll be able to make more profits. And also we have the mobile money merchant centers. Starting a mobile money merchant center require an initial investment of around 5,000 Ghana cedis, which can be broken down into registration and securing a small business setup. So you can as well start a mobile money merchant business or center. All you need is an amount of 5,000. You should be able to start a good business with this, and you make more profits. And 5,000, I mean that is 50 million, right? Yes. You should be able to start a good business with the registration and the securing of the small business setup. You should be able to do this as minimum as 5,000 Ghana cedis. Then the next thing is to venture into agriculture. Ghana's fertile land and favorable climate makes agriculture a promising sector with opportunities for businesses to focus on crop production, livestock, or agro processing. So the moment the city begins to appreciate, these are some of the opportunities as young entrepreneurs or as youths we need to seize quickly to be able to do business. If you have just tuned in, your live on Time Radio TV, and the program is the World Uncovered Talk Show coming your way live from our studios here in the Greater Accra region. Quickly, let me take this short break. I will be back.
The coolest station online.
Yeah.
Time Radio.
That's us.
Cause we play
This.
Time Radio.
So welcome back once again. The show coming your way is the World Uncovered Talk Show. We are looking at the topic cedi appreciation, benefits on businesses, and how to seize the opportunity to start your own business. And we are looking at some of the business opportunities to explore. And we also talk about local manufacturing, service-based businesses, mobile money merchant services or centers, and then agriculture. Quickly, you can also invest into technology. The tech industry is thriving in Ghana with opportunity for startups and businesses focused on software development, e-commerce, and or digital services. So these are the most important places you can invest or seize the opportunity to start doing business there. Now, let also consider the business environment as key factor that help businesses to thrive. As I already said, you should be able to build strong relationships. Personal relationships are crucial in Ghana business culture, as we all know. Focus on building trust and rapport with partners, clients, and regulatory bodies. So you should be able to be friendly with people whilst doing business. You should be able to be friendly. You should be able to connect, relate with people very well. Build relationship. Business is all about relationship. And within the course of that relationship, that is where recommendations comes in. So when you focus on building relationship, people will end up to trust you and they will be able to recommend you or your services to other people. They will recommend your services to other people. They will recommend your products to other people. For example, let's take it you are into this cosmetics. Or you are into production of pomades, soaps, and other things. You see, the more you relate people on the ground, in the same business community or environment, the way you relate to them will make them propose you to other people for them to patronize your business. The way you relate to your customers, the way you relate to people around you, will urge them to patronize your service. And this is the challenge we have mostly in Ghana here. But I am here to tell you that as the city begins to appreciate, let us seize the opportunity to put in places other necessary measures that will help us as young entrepreneurs to do what? To thrive. To do good business and move forward. So you should be able to build a good relationship. As we know, when it comes to Ghanaian business, that is the culture. That is our culture. We want to buy from people who relate with us well, who treat us better, who make us feel much wanted. That is why I always said I love a Nigerian when they are doing business. Customer first. Customer first. Instead of him allowing you to go to the next shop to go and buy your product over there, he will rather engage you in something else that will make you wait for whatever he might be doing at that moment till he finish and come and sell. But Ghana, then you are dead. So let us build strong relationship when it comes to business. Understanding the local customs. Ghanaian communication tends to be formal and respectful. Be mindful of non-verbal cues. titles, and cultural norms. So these are some of the things that influence our business community here in Ghana. And once you want to do business in Ghana, you should be able to take into consideration all those things before you'll be able to make it. I am telling you. You should be able to take all those things into consideration. You should have respect for the people, courtesy. You should be able to humble, listen to them. When they say this, you go by it. You should be able to remain focused no matter or regardless of what happens. And also navigating regulatory requirements. Register your business with the Registrar General Department and obtain necessary permits and license. Ensure compliance with tax regulations and labor law. That is one thing you should also take into consideration if you want to do business in Ghana. Corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility. Engage with community development initiatives to build stronger relationship with customers and partners. That is how it's work when it comes to business. So now that the city is appreciating, these are some of the things we need to take into consideration and begin to plan to work towards our own business so that we will be able to make more profit. I will be back shortly. And welcome back to the World Uncovered Talk Show. Now, the next thing we should be also looking at, as we said, is networking. Networking is key when it comes to business, most especially at this very juncture where we are experiencing some marginal gain with the US dollars. Networking is key when you want to start your business. Attend business conferences, networking events, and community gatherings to meet key players in your industry or the kind of business you want to venture into. Ask questions. Please, ask questions. When it comes to business, you don't keep quiet. You ask the necessary, reasonable questions. Whether someone minds you or not, continue to ask. Continue to ask until you get to the details of whatever you want before you venture into your business. And for you to be able to do this, you should build a network. Because networking is key. So attend conferences and networking events. Expos, attend. Get to close to key industrial players, people who are into the same business you are doing. Get close to them, get a technical advice and counsel from them. to be able to achieve your dream. So you see, as I said, there are a lot of people who are into retail businesses. A lot of people. A lot of people are into online business. A lot of people are into this food and beverage business. A lot of people are into this tourism business. So in the local community where you can find tourist places, this is the time for you to be able to utilize the opportunity and advertise those places. Do more business with those places to be able to contribute to the local economy and develop the area. So you should be able to ask questions. Get close to people who are already into the business. And then you learn from them. You must also have something we call trust and integrity. Maintaining high ethical standard is crucial in business lasting partnership. Ghanaian businesses respect those who keep their words and deliver on promise. So you should be able to deliver on your promises. You should be able to be on time. If it is 8 o'clock, it should be 8 o'clock. If it is 9 o'clock, it should be 9 o'clock. If it is 10 o'clock, it should be 10 o'clock. Treat people with respect. And relate with people well. Relate with people well. And the next thing to look at is the communication style. How you communicate to your people. How you communicate to people that you are doing business with. How you communicate to even your workers. It also matters. So, in Ghana, as we all know, communication tends to be formal and respectful, especially in business settings. People appreciate politeness, and it is important to approach conversation with humility and diplomacy. Those are the things you need to work on. So if you see that your business is not flourishing, things are not going on well, people don't come there to buy again. Check yourself. How do you talk to them when they come? How do you relate with them when they come? Indirect communication. Ghanaians often communicate indirectly to avoid confrontation or embarrassment. Reading between the lines can be necessary to fully understand feedbacks or decisions. Then we have the non-verbal cues. That is, you pay attention to body languages and tones of voices as they play an essential role in conveying feelings or opinions. So you have to, one, listen to your actions, your emotions. What are they communicating? Because action speaks louder than word. So you should be able to manage all these things for you to have a successful business ground. The next thing is respectful title. Respectful title. Always address colleagues and partners with appropriate title like Mr., Mrs., or Madam, unless invited to use their first name. If they invite you to use their first name or allow you to use their first name, fine. But apart from that, use Mr., use Mrs., use Madam, use Doctor, use Professor. The title is more important when it comes to business environments. People would love to be known by their title than you just going to do anything at all that you want to do. This is Timeline Morning Show. My time is almost up, and I will draw the curtains very soon. Let's take this short break, and I will be back.
Time break.
So, lastly, on this, let's look at one or two things that will be able to help us. Also, talk of seeking professional advices. Now, understanding the implication of city appreciation and developing strategies to capitalize on opportunities, entrepreneurs can thrive in Ghana's growing economy. That is one thing we should know. We also talk about the market trend, which is growing middle class, increasing demand for digital services. We also talk about business opportunities like the renewable energy, agriculture processing, tourism development, and we also look at the infrastructure, which is infrastructure limitation, regulatory compliances, and all that. And let's look at the last thing, strategies for success. Strategies for success when you are doing business. Strategies for success. Build strong relationship, as I said already. Stay adaptable. Be prepared to adapt to changing market conditions and regulatory requirements. You should be able to adjust. When things are not working well, when things are not going on well, you need to adjust. You need to make sure that you work things around that it doesn't affect you and it doesn't affect your customers. And also invest in innovation. Stay ahead of the competition by investing in innovation and technology. As I said already, develop a local workforce. Invest in training and developing a local workforce to build a strong and sustainable businesses. So if you're able to do all these things, you will see that your business will flourish and you will make more gains. So today, as we all know, the city is appreciating. Let us seize the opportunity and use it to be able to make more profit to ourselves. Dive into a business. Don't just sit down. This is the time for this 4 years to end. Dive into a business that will yield dividends for you, a business that will help you stand on your own. Start a business and don't just stay at one place. So if you have just tuned in, you are live on Time Radio TV and the World Uncovered Talk Show coming your way live from our studios here in the Greater Accra region. We just finished looking at the topic city appreciation, benefits on businesses, and how to utilize the opportunity as young entrepreneurs to start our own business or to invest more to be able to gain more profit. We also look at the benefits for businesses, the city, or the impact the city is going to have on businesses. This is where I will have to draw the curtains for today, the World Uncovered Talk Show. My time is up and I have to draw it here. But tomorrow, God willing, my guest will start showing up in the room where we will have a massive discussion from tomorrow. Stay glued and also join me tomorrow morning on the Timeline Morning Show, where we bring you the current stories and happenings here in Ghana, Africa, and the diaspora. Thank you for doing the listening, and thanks all those who have joined me on TikTok, and thanks to all those who have joined me on Facebook. Thanks to my producer, my directors, and all who have made this program a success. Till we meet again tomorrow, we call it a day. Thank you for joining.
Time Radio.
The coolest station online.
Yeah,
Time Radio.
that's us.
Because we play
This.
Say